So it's finally summer for real. Heat wave coming. So we're going to do some shitali or sitkari breathing, which is kind of our internal air conditioning. And we're going to bring the pitch of the practice down a little bit. We're still going to do the vinyasa that we've been working on. And I want to suggest that it's not only the activity that you're doing, but the attitude with which you approach the activity that has something to do with how much intensity or not is generated. So we can cool down even our vigorous activity just with the attitude of the mind. So we'll still do, for some of you this is new, but for some of you this is a culmination of a month long of practicing a balance vinyasa. But let me talk a little bit about the breathing first. There are two ways to do this cool breath, and you may or may not genetically be able to curl your tongue like this. Like a straw. If you can't do it, you just can't do it. I don't believe that's something you can learn. It's just something you can do. So if you can do that, that's one of your choices. If you can do that, you can also take the other choice. So the other choice is called sitkari, and you take your tongue and you fold it back to the top of to the roof of the mouth, and then you make your lips like a straw. So when you breathe the breath in either case, whether you curled your tongue or tipped it back and made your lips round, you can feel that the breath is cool when it comes in. Do you notice that? Yeah. So I'm just going to call it cool breath, or I'll say curl your tongue, and you can do either one of those, whichever one you prefer. If you're doing the shitali, don't be shy about sticking your tongue out. It's good to actually have it come out through your lips. And those breaths both can get potentially a little dry in the mouth. So if your mouth gets dry, when we exhale, we're always going to exhale with our lips closed. If it gets dry, when you exhale, you're going to take your tongue and curl it way back to the soft palate. And if you curl your tongue way back there, it'll stimulate salivation, so your mouth will moisten up if you need that. And if your mouth is really moist, and when you make the shitali, it makes a sound like, it's okay. So, of course, if that doesn't suit you for whatever reason, just breathe in through your nose instead. And we're not going to do it constantly. I'll suggest places where it's a good place to do it. So we're going to start low. A lot of you instinctually sat down. Good place to be on the cool floor when it's hot like this. So we'll start with hands and knees position. And we can do the shitali or the sitkari, the cool breath, when we're in this vinyasa. We're gonna go to child's pose first, and then we'll move to down dog. But if down dog feels like too much this soon, just go to child's pose. So approach this with an attitude of trying to be relaxed and calm within the context of whatever it is we're doing. So we start on hands and knees. You want your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. If you like, this is a place where you can curl the tongue in either way of the techniques. When you breathe in through the curled tongue or through the nose, you'll draw your breastbone forward and feel the front of the body lift up a little bit. As you exhale, your tongue goes back in your mouth. You're going to tuck your tail and relax your hips back towards your heels. Let your head hang down. We'll just take an easy breath back here. Soften your elbows. When you're ready to inhale again, curl the tongue and come back up onto hands and knees. Breathe in through the tongue, feel that cool breath coming in. Again, we exhale, the tongue's back in the mouth. You're breathing out through your nose, relaxing your neck, shoulders, elbows, bringing your hips back to the heels. Let those elbows soften down to or towards the floor. Relax your neck and take an easy breath. When you exhale, feel yourself really sinking and softening. Do it like that one more time. Curl the tongue if you like. Breathe in through the curled tongue. Come up into hands and knees. And exhale, move your hips back to your heels. Soften your elbows, your neck, your shoulders. Stay there and take an easy breath. Relax the neck. Hang your head. When we come up again, we're going to go optionally to downward dog. So inhale through the tongue if you like. Come to hands and knees. If you feel like down dog feels good now, tuck your toes and raise your hips to the ceiling. Otherwise, just go back to child's pose as you did before. Let's take a breath here. Feel free to bend your knees. Take your time to open up into this position. When you come down on your inhale, you bend your knees slowly. You can breathe through the tongue or not, whatever seems right to do right now. And then we'll exhale back onto hands and knees again. Go back to child's pose and take an easy breath. We'll do it like that twice more, relaxing the neck while you're back there. Curl the tongue and breathe in as you come up to hands and knees. And then again to downward facing dog, or you can go to child's pose if that seems too much for now. We'll stay. Doesn't have to be a huge long breath on the tongue to tuck your chin. We'll do one more breath. Inhale, knees down to the floor, nice and slow. Exhale to child's pose. Take a relaxed, easy breath. Then we curl the tongue and inhale to hands and knees. And final time to down dog if you like, or return to child's pose. Exhale to down dog or child's pose. And take a breath there. Then the inhale brings the knees back down to the floor. And return to child's pose. And this time I'd like you to please stack your hands up and place your forehead on your hands. If it doesn't bring your hands, your head doesn't come down to your hands, then use one of your blankets. Relax the neck and just breathe easy for 6 breaths. Count to 6. Easy breath. When you're finished with those 6 relaxed breaths, slowly bring yourself upright so you're standing on your knees. So take a moment here to adjust to head over heart. Try to bring your knees in line with your hips so your knees aren't too wide. We're in hip extension here. This is going to be key when we get to the balance. So you're already working a little bit in the direction of the balance. What we're going to do is sweeping arms Vajrasana, and there'll be a head turn, and we can use the cooling breath on the inhales again. Let your hands come comfortably behind you. That might be to the lower back or the sacrum or wherever they feel comfortable behind you. We're going to curl the tongue and inhale, raise the arms out and up. Lift the chest as you raise the arms. Tongue back in the mouth, exhale, bend down. Turn your head to the left as you come down and let your hands come towards your back, or onto the back, onto the sacrum. Then curl your tongue, lift up again. Curling, raising the arms wide, standing up tall, lifting the breastbone. With exhale, we fold down. This time, hands going to the back, head going to the right side. Then curl the tongue, stand up tall on the knees again, opening the arms and lifting the breastbone. Exhale and bend down, head turning to the left this time. Inhale through your curled tongue, lift up, open your chest. Exhale, bend down, turn the head to the right. Curl the tongue, stand up tall. We're going to go one more time in each direction. Exhale, fold down. Head turning to the left. Inhale through the curled tongue, stand up tall. Exhale, hands behind the back, hold down, head to the right. Curl the tongue, stand up tall on the knees. This time we're going to lower the arms down the front, staying tall on the knees. And we're going to stretch the feet out, tuck your toes under. That might be enough stretch for you already. If you can, we'll slowly sit back on the heels. If you need to put a blanket between your sit bones and your heels, you can do that and take 6 relaxed breaths. Tuck your toes under, take your blanket and sit on your blanket. Yeah, that's it. Better? It's intense. Relax the breath. The more intense it is, the more you consciously relax your shoulders. And breathe. Count 6 repetitions. If it's intense, if you do it more often, it will become less intense. Okay, when you're done with the 6 relaxed breaths, you're going to slowly bring yourself up into a standing position. So we're going to stand towards the back of the mat. Take a look down at the feet. If you make a gentle fist, that's about the distance between the feet. The hands should just slide in there easily. And your toes are pointing straight forward. You're lifting your spine, relaxing the shoulders, and finding a steady gaze point. Feel your feet rooting down. Let the breath be easy for a moment as you orient to this standing position. So here we are balancing on 2 feet, relaxing the breath. Bringing awareness to where we are, when we are, what we are right now. Prepared for a forward bend vinyasa. Sometimes the arms are going out and up. Can you do that? Out and up. Sometimes the arms will come forward and up. So I'll use different language. Out and up to the side, forward and up to the front. Gaze soft and steady. We'll use the shitali just on the very first breath of this vinyasa. So only on this very first one where we're starting from upright position. So curl the tongue. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Keep your gaze steady. Tongue in the mouth with the exhale, we bend down and place the hands on the back or the sacrum, wherever they're comfortable behind you. With the inhale, let's just lift the breastbone a little bit. So you're going to flatten the back. You don't have to come all the way up to L if you don't want to. Then exhale, drop down into full forward bend with your arms dangling, your neck relaxed, your head heavy, and then we stay here for your inhale. Drop your head down a little bit more while you exhale. Feel gravity pulling the body towards the floor. Now when you go with the arms forward enough, inhale, float the arms forward so they frame your ears. Open your breastbone, come all the way up. Find your steady gaze, and exhale, the arms come down the front. And we'll take a relaxed breath. Notice yourself standing tall and balanced on your feet. Let the breath breathe in and out. We'll do the same thing twice more. Keeping the steady gaze, curl the tongue. Inhale, arms out to the sides and up. So you can lift your breastbone, but keep your gaze steady. Exhale, fold down, let the hands come behind you. Relax the neck. So you're going to an easy forward bend here. And then follow your breath as you inhale, lift your chest up. Your gaze is still down at your toes, but you're just opening the breastbone. Then we exhale and fold down. Relax all the way down into the forward bend. Don't reach, just allow. Let your arms hang down and your head hang. Take one slow breath here. Feel the heaviness of the head. It's pulling on the spine, stretching your neck. Feel your feet on the floor. Inhale, stretch your arms to the front wall so they frame your ears and come all the way up. Good. Exhale, arms vinyasa one last time. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, we're going to fold down, let the hands come to the back. Relax the neck, feel your head heavy. Inhale, lift your breastbone. Keep your gaze on your toes. Exhale, hang fully down into the forward bend. Arms coming down, relax your neck, let your arms hang easy. Stay here and breathe in slowly. Breathe out completely. Feel your belly button go up and your head drop down. Feel your feet on the floor as you inhale, stretch your arms forward till they frame your ears, opening the breastbone, come all the way up to the top. Beautiful. Exhale, arms down the front. We're going to go to 6 relaxed breaths. As little wiggling as possible, so just settle in. Count 6 relaxed breath cycles. Good. It's just good to notice the automatic pull that the mind does away from the present moment. So if you need to readjust anything, do it now. But it's great to finish a pose and not just automatically twist around or fix your hair or your shirt or whatever it is. Do that consciously after you've arrived. Okay, I want to show the vinyasa because a couple of people have not seen it. So what I'm going to say today is, especially if you've done it before, the chair is totally optional. You might not put it in place at all, or you might put it in place and not use it, or you might put it in place and use it. So we inhale, arms forward and up and bend the front knee. I'm not going to say this because there's so much going on, but if you want a shitali breath there, you're welcome to do that here, just here. Okay, so the first balance, we're tilting into warrior 3, coming into the balance. So if you don't want to use the chair, don't put it there, or you can use the chair this way. You can use the chair this way. Do what you want to do as far as the balance of the chair. Then we're going to stay. We come here on an exhale, we stay for an inhale. On the exhale, we're going to go into the dancer pose. So if you have the chair, you can keep your hand on the chair. Establish the pose. You might keep your hand on the chair. You might want to come up or not come too far up. I'm going to say 3 to 6 breaths here in the dancer, depending how it's feeling. So think about that attitude with which you're approaching. If you're like, oh, don't do 6. If you're like, oh, just breathing along and it's fine, do 6. Here again, you can use the cool breath. Once we get to the balance, if you have the balance well under control, then you can use the curled tongue. After 3 to 6 breaths, I'm going to let you decide, but count, okay? So don't just float, count. Then we exhale out of the balance, and again, you may not be using the chair at all. You might be using the chair however it works to use it. Once we get back here, we're going to stay so we make sure we have it. So we go here on an exhale, we're going to stay for a whole breath, an inhale and an exhale. The inhale gets us to here. Then we're going to go into the forward bend. So I didn't say get a block. Sorry. Grab a couple blocks. So you might want a block or your blanket inside your foot. We'll go to a twisted triangle. And we're going to stay for 3 breaths in the twist because we're just going to do that vinyasa one time. Okay? Then we go back to forward bend, lift back up, and return. So your choice. If you want to use the chair, if you want to have it there just for safety's sake, or if you want to challenge yourself to not use it, that's totally fine also. You might want to block for the inside of your left foot. Okay. So if you have a chair, put 2 of the legs on the mat instead. Okay. Any questions? Remember, please, that spine when you reach for the chair actually is closer than you think. Okay. So we're going to turn the right toes out and step the left leg forward. And take your block and put it inside your left foot. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, stand it up high on its end. If they're not that tight, you have 2 other levels that you can put it at. Feel your balance. And have you put your left foot farther to the left. Yeah. So you should feel right now like you're steady. If I come along and give you a little push, you would now topple over. So if you feel unsteady, left foot goes a little to the left. It's a little bit broader. And then Tanya, turn your right toes more forward. Yeah. So you want to have those hips pulling straight forward towards the wall in front of you. And you're already going to be getting a little effort in your butt to get your hips square. So that's the effort that we're going to be working at to get your left leg straight out behind you. Okay. So keep breathing. If you lose your balance, then you can recommence. And if you come out of the dance earlier than other people and you don't know what to do, you can just stand on 2 feet for a moment, reorient, and then join back in with the vinyasa. Okay, here we go. Shitali if you want, or cool breath if you want for the first breath here. Inhale, raise the arms forward and up and bend the front knee. As you exhale, you're going to push off your right leg a little bit. Keep it long and straight and seesaw forward. Find your chair if you're using your chair. Get a good balance there. Stay while you inhale. Now as you exhale, you're going to bend your back leg and reach back. Grab a hold of that right ankle or your pant leg if it's convenient. Find your balance. You still have your left hand on the chair. Or, if you want, you can raise it up. Find a steady gaze point. So, you'll have on to move forward a little bit more. And then we're going to breathe. 3 to 6 breaths. If you want to breathe through the tongue, on the inhales you can. So, Melissa, see if you can drop your right hip down at the same time you're doing that. More hip extension, yeah. You want to feel nice and open over your front right hip, which probably means pushing back with your right knee slightly. But this is not about a big back bend. You want to get the opening in your hip. So the inhale can be through the tongue if you like. When you're finished, if you still have your balance, reach your hands to the chair and unfold into that seesaw position. And then we're going to be sure that we're actually there. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Then we're going to use the inhale to reach the right foot down. You're stretching back a little bit so your left ankle and knee are in line. With the exhale, we're folding down, straightening the left leg, putting the hands on the block. We're going to take a moment, inhale here. Then we're going to exhale and twist. Lift your left arm up and turn your chest. Gaze either to the wall in front of you or towards the ceiling. We're going to stay for 2.5 breaths, so inhaling and exhaling here. This is another balance position. Inhale, nice and slow. This is the inhale through the nose, please. Exhale through the nose. Do 1 more breath cycle. Then an exhale is going to bring you back down into the forward bend, where we'll stay for a complete breath. We'll take an inhale here. And an exhale, so you can feel your hips squaring off so they're equidistant to the wall in front of you. Then as you inhale, bend your front knee, raise your arms up, lift yourself back up into the first warrior position. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten the front leg. Relax the breath. Take a moment to square the hips. Feel what it takes to get your right and your left hip equal to the wall in front of you. Then we'll step back to Samastiti. Left foot to join the right. Look down at the feet. Get that this distance between them. Find your steady gaze. Relaxed and comfortable balance. Let the breath breathe naturally. Count 6 relaxed breath cycles. Now we'll do the other side. Any questions before we go into the other side? Does that seem clear? So now we'll start by turning the left toes slightly out. It's not too far, it's just like 15 degrees. You're just pivoting on. So when you pivot your left foot, your hip shouldn't move, just your leg. Then step forward with the right. And you'll probably feel already that you have to pull your left hip forward. And feel like you've got that left heel really down into the mat and hips equidistant to the wall in front of you. Then relax the arms down. And if you feel a little tippy, right foot goes a little wider to the right. So get a good, stable start position here. Notice your soft, steady gaze. You can curl the tongue for this first inhale if you like. Inhale, raise the arms, bend the front knee. Then we're going to seesaw over the front leg, so we're going to tilt forward as you exhale. If you have your chair there, you'll reach to the chair. And we're going to stay with the inhale, find the balance. And then with the exhale, reach your hands back to your left leg, bending the left leg and grab the left foot. We're going to take a moment to orient. I want to get that left knee down first and then pushing back. If you want, the right arm can come up. Give us a little soft, steady gaze here. And you're going to count 3 to 6 breaths. You can breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the tongue and out through the nose if you like. Cold breath in. Long, slow breath out. Try to have the thighs close to each other so that they're in line with the hip joints. The effort is to push the knee back. This is not necessarily the classic Natrasasana, but to me it's a very functional way to do the dancer, to try to get that hip extension, that opening in the front of your thigh. 3 to 6 breaths. When you're ready, find your balance. Use an exhale to tilt down into your seesaw. And you can use the chair or not. And we're going to actually prove that we're here. So taking an inhale and an exhale. Then it's going to be the inhale, reaching the left foot down to the floor, touching back up into your first warrior position. And with exhale, fold down, straighten the front leg. We'll put the hands to the block. I'm going to stay for an inhale. And then we're twisting on the exhale. Raise your right arm up. Turn your chest. Turn your gaze so you can either look at the wall that's in front of you now or out to the ceiling. And stay while you inhale. Stay while you exhale. You feel your belly draw into your spine. Stay while you inhale. Stay while you exhale. Feel steady with your left hand against the block of the floor. One more breath in. Then we exhale down into the forward bend. Both hands on the block or on the leg. Gaze is towards the back wall. So tuck your chin under, look to the back wall. After one breath there, we inhale, raise the arms, bend the front knee, lift up. And exhale, arms down, front leg straight. And take a moment to square the hips, relax the shoulders, find your gaze point. And then bring your left foot back to join the right, line the feet up. Find your samasthiti with as little fussing around as possible. Settle in and relax the breath and count 6 relaxed breath cycles. We're going to take a counter pose, half squat position. This is just going to be all nose breathing, not the cool breath here. Soft, steady gaze. Inhale, float the arms forward and up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold down. So let this be a nice, easy drape over your legs. Relax your breath. Pause for a moment. And then when you inhale, bring your arms up around your ears, lift your chest off your thighs, stretch up, find your gaze point, and exhale, lower the arms down the front. We're going to take a relaxed breath. And do that 5 more times. So move through this very slowly. Inhale, long, smooth breath in. Exhale, the knees bend, we can right forward, relaxing the neck, shoulders, face. Pause for a moment. Inhale, arms up around the ears, lift the chest, stand up tall. Exhale, lower the arms. Your gaze is fixed and soft, shoulders relaxed. Take a relaxed breath. 3rd time. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, drape yourself over your legs, relax your neck. Pause for a moment. Inhale, float up to the top. Fix the gaze, keep it soft. Exhale, arms down the front. Take a relaxed breath. Let's do that 3 more times. Go at your own pace. Keep the attitude soft. Relax breath after each repetition. One final time. When you're finished, you're settling into Samastiti for 6 relaxed breaths, soft gaze, or even if you like, you can close your eyes. But if you close your eyes, don't space out or space in as the case may be. Stay alert. Feel the feet rooting down and the crown lifting up. Notice yourself standing here on your 2 feet. Relaxing between those 2 points of rooting and lifting. Once you're done with those 6 relaxed breaths, please move your chair to the back of your mat. And let's see, I think we can even put it in place for our final relaxation. So turn it sideways and just put 2 legs resting on your mat, and it will just wait there for the next few repetitions of things. And once you move your chair, you can lie down on your back with your head up towards the front wall. So as you come down into the supine position, check in. Your back feels, lower back feels tight at all. Hug the knees into the chest. And when you're ready, we'll settle in with both feet on the floor in line with your sitting bones. So it's the same distance apart as when you were standing. You glance up at your thighs. Your thighs are parallel. Your knees have that gentle fist distance between them. Arms relaxed at the sides. Moving into Dvipadapitam. We'll do 6 repetitions with a resting breath between each repetition. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, then this is a good place to close the eyes. Knees bent, feet rooted into the floor in line with your sitting bones, arms relaxed at the sides. As you inhale, raise your hips to the ceiling and stretch your arms up and back to the floor behind you. Take that slow inhale. Then we're going to lower back down on the exhale, bringing the arms and the hips slowly back down. And take a relaxed breath. We're not staying, so breathe nice and slow so you have some time to get the effect of the hip lift. Inhale, raise the hips to the ceiling, stretch the arms up and back. Take a little pause. And then as you exhale, move down slowly, moving the spine down slowly, the arms down slowly, taking a nice long breath. Relax the shoulders. Take a relaxed breath in and out. Keep the breath long and smooth, not strained, but long. Inhale, raise the hips, stretch the arms up and back to the floor behind you. Feel that opening in your front body for a moment. And then bring yourself down slowly. And do 3 more breaths like that, taking that relaxed breath in between. All the breath is through the nose now if possible. So just a soft breath through both nostrils. 3 more repetitions on your own. And do include the resting breath after you finish. And when you're finished with the 3 on your own, settle back into a resting breath. Once you're finished with those hip lifts, if you want to put something behind the head, feel free to do that. Count 6 relaxed breaths. Nice and easy. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the pull of gravity. Observe it as a friendly force at the moment, dropping you down to this nice cool floor. Breath moving naturally. Now be aware of the back of the pelvis. Notice where the weight is. See if you can get it perfectly balanced between the 2 sides of the back of the pelvis. We're going to do a nice slow vinyasa where we move just 1 arm or 1 leg. We only do 1 thing at a time. A lot of emphasis around keeping that pelvis seated completely still and steady against the floor as it is now. And notice where your left side is and where your right side is. We're going to be doing some cross body and some same side body as slowly as possible. So we're really break it down and take our time doing 1 thing carefully and then the next thing carefully and not too many things at once. All the breath here is through the nose. So no shitali breath when lying down. We'll begin with the left arm. As you inhale, slowly bring your left arm up and back to the floor behind you. Leave it there, and then when you exhale, bring your right knee slowly to the chest, keeping the pelvis still as you lift your right foot off the floor. Then inhale, stretch the right leg up. Reach up to the ceiling and flex your foot back. As you exhale, relax your foot, bend your knee. And very slowly, inhale, bring the foot back down to the floor, trying to keep your pelvis totally still as the foot comes down. Then as you exhale, lower the left arm down to the side. And we'll take a relaxed breath. Preparing to do the same thing with the other side. Feeling that settled pelvis. Inhale, raise the right arm up and back. Slowly in time with your full breath. As you exhale, the left knee comes towards the chest. Take it slowly. Inhale, stretch the left leg up to the ceiling and flex your foot back. Exhale, bend the knee. Go slowly, relax the foot. Inhale, slow motion. Reach the left foot down towards the floor. Keep your pelvis steady. Exhale, right arm down to the side. Take a relaxed breath. Preparing to do the left arm and the left leg. Inhale, left arm reaching up and back. Exhale, left knee slowly towards the chest, maintaining that steady pelvis. Left side, same side leg. Inhale, extend the left leg up, flexing the foot back. Exhale and bend the knee. Slowly left foot goes down to the floor. And left arm down. So some of you did the opposite pair. If you did the opposite pair, do that again. If you did only the left side, now do only the right side. Inhale, right arm up and back. Exhale, right knee towards the chest, keeping pelvis steady. Inhale, reach the leg up, flex the foot back. Exhale, bend the knee, relax the ankle. Inhale, slowly the foot comes down. Exhale, slowly the arm comes down. Hands settle and relax. Count 6 relaxed breath cycles. Feeling that pull of gravity, surrendering into it, noticing the natural flow of the breath. We'll bring the right ankle to the left knee. Right ankle to left knee. Again, feel how the pelvis is settled. Perhaps the weight has shifted a little bit, probably to the right if so. Bring yourself right into the center of the pelvis. We're going to go into the figure 4. If it's not comfortable for you to hold your leg up, here's a chance that you could use your chair. If you want to use your chair to put your left leg up on, you could do that. Or you can lift your left foot off of the floor, reach between the legs with the right hand, and grab behind the back of the left leg with both hands. So if you want to just do it freestanding, lift the left leg up, hold the back of the left leg. Or if you prefer, your left leg can rest on your chair. Relax your shoulders. And please count 6 breaths. Breaths here. When you're done with 6 breaths, we're going to put the left foot down, but keep the right foot where it is. left foot down, right leg stays where it is. Now we're going to inhale and stretch the right leg all the way up to the ceiling. Stretch it up. Sorry, yeah, right leg up. And then reach with your left hand towards your right foot. And we're going to go to a twist. Pull your leg across the body, so you're going to be on your leg somewhere. And roll over towards the left side. Good. And we stay here for 6 breaths. Breathe slowly. The right arm is wherever it feels comfortable. You want to not be stretching it so much that you can't breathe well. If it's comfortable to turn the face to the right, feel free to do that, but do whatever feels good for the neck. And slow the breath down. Make sure that you're consciously watching the breath come in and watching it go out slowly and completely as well. Counting to 6. When you're done with 6, you'll just roll to the back and hug both knees in. And then take a moment and place your feet down on the floor. Align the legs, the feet. Pause and relax. Settle in. Feel the difference between the 2 sides at the back of the pelvis. They might feel quite different now. Don't try to fix it. Observe it. We just did quite a big stretch on one side and not the other, so it will be quite natural if it doesn't feel even. Relax into that sense for a moment. And then letting your tailbone stay heavy, we'll lift the left foot up and toss the left ankle to the right knee, or over the right knee, past the right knee. And again, if you like, you can use your chair to rest your right leg on, or lift your right leg up and grab behind the back of the thigh. And we do 6 breaths here. Is that enough stretch? Okay. Your shoulders will drop down a little bit. Slow the breath down. This is not a relaxed breath, it's a slow, conscious breath. When you're finished with 6 breath cycles, your right foot goes down. We're going to keep the left ankle where it is. Right foot down. Left ankle still crossed over. Then we'll inhale and stretch the left leg up to the ceiling. Opposite. Left leg up. And reach your left foot with your right hand. And pull across the body. So put your right foot down. Yeah. Okay, we'll stay for 6 breaths. You're grabbing as close to your foot as you can. Finding a position for your left shoulder where you can find slow grab. Turn the head left if you like. Breathe slowly. breaths there. You roll onto the back. Tuck the knees to the chest. Check in with your neck. Feel free to add some support behind the back of your head. Let one hand come to rest on the top of each knee. Relax your shoulders. Inhale slowly. We're breathing through the nose. And exhale, pull the thighs in close to the belly. Nice full hug so that the breath goes all the way out. Then inhale, straighten your elbows and let your knees float out away from the chest. Exhale, pull the thighs in. You're just rocking the knees in and out. Exhale, pull the thighs in. Inhale, move the knees away. Slow it down. Let's say that we're going to at least get a 4-second inhale and exhale. I think probably most of you can do 6. Some of you may even do 8. So slow it down. Inhale slowly. And exhale slowly. After you've done that for 6 times, we're going to move into relaxation with the legs up on the chair. So you can either move your chair towards you or move towards your chair. And we're going to rest the calves up on the cushion so that the back of the knee is kind of at the bend of the cushion. Getting pretty close to it. That's going to help your back go a little bit flat, depending on the height of the chair and the length of your legs. But want to get close enough into it so that with your legs relaxed, your spine goes slightly flat in the lower back. Check in with your layer comfort. You need to add layers to that. Also check back in with the neck. Feel free to use something behind the head. Before we settle in completely, I'm going to bring the legs so that they're parallel to each other. Breathe in gently through the nose. Then with the exhale, just gently press your lower back down flat into the floor. Exhale, press the back down into the floor. And then with the inhale, relax that. Let your tailbone float back. Release, step back down to the mat, relax your shoulders. Again, exhale, slowly press the lower back down into the floor. And inhale, gently relax that. Do that one final time. Exhale, gently press. And inhale, relax. Now if your back feels tight and you want to do that a few more times, feel free. As you're ready to settle into relaxation, have the feet separated, not touching each other. Legs now are going to just do whatever's comfortable, so they may be flopped a little bit. If your knees are wide here, that's totally fine. Let the feet relax and be separate. The legs be quiet. Check in if that's comfortable. If you need to make any last adjustments, please do. And then as we take Shavasana, we'll see if it's possible to remain still for the next few minutes. It's a valuable practice to be still. It really lets the nervous system take a break, not have to keep responding to a new situation. It's also quite unusual to be still. So if the mind creates something, like an itch or something along those lines, see if it can be, the impulse to react of the lower legs relaxed, supported by the chair. The upper legs quiet, as soft as possible in the front thighs and the hip crease. Soften around the whole pelvis. Think of the back of the pelvis, the sacrum, melting and spreading. Notice whatever the movement of the natural breath is. There's going to be some movement, it might be very subtle, but some kind of movement as the breath comes in and out. A little rise and fall of the belly, expand, contract of the ribs without your directing it at all. So notice that quiet, relaxed, automatic breath and let it be. Shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed. Soft in the pit of the throat, relaxed up the neck. Notice the heaviness of the head and let it be heavy, let it drop down into the floor. Soften your face. Continue to let the breath breathe automatically, naturally. Let the body be still aside from that natural movement of the breath. As the body settles into stillness, imagine the mind matching that settled stillness. The mind rests when given an object to rest upon. So let the mind rest on this quiet, still, and steady situation of the body. And keep softening and releasing and returning to be present. Observe the body at rest. The automatic breath. Begin to slowly lengthen the breath, bringing the slow breath in through the nose. And then a long, slow breath out through the nose. Again, lengthen, inhale. With the next exhale, we'll press the back down into the floor again. Push down. And with the inhale, relax that. And you can do that another time or two if you like. When you're ready, we're going to bring ourselves up into a seated position. You might pull the knees to the chest for a moment, and then roll over to the right side. And then slowly bring yourself upright. You can turn your chair 1/4 turn so that the seat is now facing the mat, so you can sit on the chair. And here we'll use our extra blankets. Put one down at the feet. And one at the back of the chair. And in either of those cases, you could also use a cushion if you don't have a blanket. So a cushion or a pillow or a blanket under your feet and behind your back. Then the third one can go on your lap. So notice that most of you just get your legs in a nice position where your thighs are parallel to the floor, rather than if you have your feet down. See how my knees go down? So it's a lot more restful for the hip to have the knee and the hip at the same height. That's just a life tip. So when you're sitting, very simple, just put something underneath your feet. And if you're not 6 feet tall, helpful to have something behind the back as well. And this blanket under your arms, you just feel that it helps your shoulders be a little quieter. So quite simple. We're going to continue to work with the cool inhale. If you know the alternate nostril exhale, which we've been working on, you can add that as well. I'm not going to instruct that because I don't want to give too much. So I'm just going to instruct the cool inhale, but if you want to add alternate nostril exhale, which we've been working on, you can feel free to do that. If you're not using alternate nostril exhale, the exhale will just be breath out through the nose. So let's all curl the tongue, whichever way you prefer, and sip the breath in, cool, slow breath in. Then the tongue comes back in the mouth and you breathe out through the nose. If you're doing alternate nostril, it's out through the left nostril. When the exhale is complete, you inhale through the curled tongue again. Pause before you exhale. If you're doing alternate nostril, it's right side, or just breathe out gently through both nostrils. Again, inhale through the curled tongue, slow sip of cool breath in. Exhale with the tongue in the mouth, and remember, if your mouth gets dry, you can tilt your tongue back to touch the soft palate. It'll give you a little bit more moisture in the mouth. Inhale through the curled tongue. Feel the coolness of the breath as it comes in. Exhale out with the tongue in the mouth, the lips closed. And continue on your own for a few more slow rounds. Want to keep the breath nice and gentle. If you're working with the alternate nostril, finish the pranayama with an exhale out through the right. If you're not doing the alternate nostril, do a couple more rounds and finish as you feel complete. And once you've completed the pranayama, relax the control of the breath. Check back in with your seated posture. Feel your sitting bones rooting down into the chair, your feet against the support of the floor, the cushion, or the blanket. Feel the gentle lift of the spine, relax the shoulders. Think of your gaze going inward. We'll sit quietly for about 2 minutes, observing the natural flow of the breath, being aware of the body sitting here in this place, in this time, returning the mind to that reality if it wanders out to a different time or place or situation. Draw the attention to this time and place. Feel yourself sitting here, the breath breathing itself. Body supported and comfortable. Slowly draw the hands together in front of the chest. Base of the thumbs at the base of the sternum. Rims of the palms gently touching a little space between the palms. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. There will be no class on Saturday, but we will have yoga again on Thursday and next Tuesday. So happy 4th of July. Enjoy the weekend and stay cool. Now you have a way to do some internal air conditioning, light colors, close the windows, draw the shades, eat fruit. Right, enjoy.
Thank you.
Thanks.